let's be real for a second. Most people, they're trapped. You trade your precious time for a paycheck, stuck on a hamster wheel that's going nowhere, just to keep your head above water. But what if I told you there's another way out? Just let that sink in for a minute. The average person has to grind out 2 full-time jobs, not to buy a yacht, not to live some lavish lifestyle, but just to scrape by. It is an absolutely insane, unsustainable system designed to do one thing: keep you exactly where you are. So let me ask you, are you just tired of it? Tired of watching housing costs explode while your job barely keeps you afloat? Do you ever get that sinking feeling that no matter how hard you hustle, you're just not moving forward? Like, real financial freedom, that's a story for other people, not for you. Well, this is the moment everything changes. It's time to rip up that old script, because there is a proven path to escape, a system that the wealthy have used for generations to build real, lasting wealth. And it's designed to shatter that cycle for good. And get this, 90%. That's not a small number. 90% of all millionaires got there through real estate. We're not talking about stocks, we're not talking about crypto hype, we're talking about real, tangible assets that you can touch that actually generate income month after month. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. That's great for them, but I don't have a pile of cash sitting around. That is the #1 question, right? How do I even get in the game with zero capital? Well, that's exactly what this first step is all about. This is the entry point. The magic here is that you are not actually buying the house. You're not getting a mortgage, you're not dealing with banks. You are simply controlling the property with a piece of paper, a contract. Think of yourself as a deal finder, a middleman. You find a great deal, you find an investor who wants that deal, and you connect them. You're in, you're out, and you never even take ownership. It's brilliant. And the process is just dead simple. Step 1, find a property that needs some love. 2, you get it under contract for less than it's worth. 3, you find a cash buyer who wants to flip it or rent it. And 4, you collect your fee for finding the deal. It's really more of a logistics game than anything else. You're just selling the paperwork. And what's the reward for being a good matchmaker? Well, how does $20,000 sound? And that's a totally realistic number for a single deal. We're talking pure profit. No money out of your pocket, no hit to your credit score, just pure cash for being the one who found the opportunity. All right, so you've done your first deal. You've got 20 grand in your bank account. Awesome. But what's next? You could go spend it, or what if you could turn that cash into an asset that literally pays you to exist? How do you live for free? This next move is, without a doubt, the ultimate cheat code for personal finance. It's called house hacking. And the goal is to take your single biggest expense every single month, your rent or mortgage, and flip it on its head, turning it into an income stream. Your tenants pay your mortgage, you gain experience, and you build equity on their dime. Just look at the numbers here. It's night and day. In your old reality, you're burning $2,500 a month on rent, gone forever. But in the house hawk reality, your tenants are covering the entire mortgage, and you're actually putting $500 in your pocket every month. You literally go from paying for a place to live to getting paid to own an asset. It's a total game changer. And hey, don't think you need to buy a duplex or a triplex to make this work. You can get super creative with a regular single-family home. Got a spare room? Airbnb. A pool? Rent it out by the hour. A garage? People need storage. You can turn every square foot of your property into its own little cash-generating machine. So let's recap. You've got cash in the bank from wholesaling, and you're living for free by house hacking. You're already way ahead of the curve. But how do you go from one property to a whole portfolio? How do the pros buy property after property without waiting years to save up a new down payment each time? This is the infinite money cheat code. It's called the BRRRR Method. Yeah, it's a funny acronym, but it stands for a ridiculously powerful strategy. This is a system designed to let you recycle the same chunk of cash over and over and over again to build a massive portfolio way faster than you ever thought possible. Let's just walk through it real quick. First, you buy a property that needs work. Then, you rehab it. You fix it up and force the value way up. Next, you rent it out to a great tenant so it's generating income. And then, here's the magic trick. You refinance. You go to the bank, show them the new, much higher value, and they give you a new loan that lets you pull all of your original cash right back out. And that's the key to the final R, repeat. Because you just pulled your initial investment out. That same pot of money is now ready to go. You can immediately take it and do the whole thing over again on another property. That's how you buy 2, 3, 10 properties using the same initial cash. This is how real portfolios are built, and fast. You see how this all connects? You start with nothing, you wholesale to get capital, you house hack to eliminate your expenses, and you use the BRRRR method to scale. You're climbing a ladder, and at the top is the ultimate prize, a financial fortress. A portfolio of assets that works around the clock to make you money so you don't have to. And don't think this is some kind of fantasy. Look at this. This is a real quote from a real investor. Over 28 grand a month, passively, from just 7 properties. That's not just paying the bills, that is complete financial freedom. And it's the direct result of following this exact kind of strategy. And this is why it's so powerful. You're not just getting paid one way, you're getting paid 4 ways at the same time. You get monthly cash flow in your pocket, the property value goes up over time, that's appreciation, your tenants are paying down your mortgage for you, that's loan paydown, and you're controlling a huge asset with just a little bit of your own money, that's leverage. When all 4 of those are working for you, that's when you start building real generational wealth. Okay, so we've laid out the entire blueprint, the what and the why, but that's useless without the how. So let's get down to brass tacks. This isn't some vague 5-year dream. This is an actionable plan you can literally start working on the second this is over. This is your 3-month sprint to your first deal. Week 1, you call a lender and get pre-approved. That's step 1. Week 2, you get crystal clear on your goals. What do you want? Weeks 3 and 4, you become an expert on your local market. Then month 2 is all action. You're out there looking at properties, running numbers, and making offers. And by month 3, boom, you're closing the deal, prepping the property, and placing your first tenant. You're no longer dreaming about it, you are doing it. So it really all boils down to one simple question. 5 years from today, are you going to be in the exact same spot, just watching more videos, or are you going to be the one collecting the rent checks from the empire you decided to build today? This is the Brick by Brick channel, where we help beginners build wealth through real estate, one brick at a time. If you got value from this, hit the like and subscribe for weekly investor breakdowns.